Welcome to Blade HQ, everybody. Today is April 28th, 2025, and we have a ton of new knives to talk about. Today's episode is sponsored by Tenable Knives. Tenable Knives have, I think, a very apt name. They have a very tenable price point. This guy's the Eagle Strike. It's well under $100, a Nitro V blade, a nice knurled aluminum handle. It's a great knife for a really great price with a lot of really great designs behind them as well. That's what we love about Tenable. They make a lot of different knife designs from some of your favorite designers at very tenable prices. It's a bit on the nose, isn't it? Yep. They actually provided a few knives for our giveaway in the live this morning. By the way, every time we do these new knives live, we do a live stream, and at the end of it, after the video you're seeing now is over, we give these knives away. So if you want to get in on the giveaways, make sure to join us every Monday at noon Mountain Standard. Another knife we have on this one is a Justin Lundquist design. So for those of you who don't know, he is a staple of the knife community. We see him a lot. He's known for his classic, iconic, and slim, sleek designs. You might know him for the Kaiser Feist. That's one of his most popular ones. This is one from him with a very cool carbon fiber handle. And the last one we have for today is the Beaver. This one's fun, mostly because the name Beaver is awesome. It's just a real user of a knife. So whether you want something that's more slim, stylish, or something that you can really beat up, Tenable has it for you at a very, very good price. Thank you, Tenable. All right, jumping right into knives. We have a restock of the Protek BR1, the Whiskers design. This is a really fun one. It is an automatic knife that has what they call the hidden release. So behind this bolster here is bolted to this back spring. It functions much like a lockback. See, if I push on that, you can see it opening up. But that way, if you hand this to somebody, there's a good chance they won't be able to open it. But if you know what to do, you just slide that bolster. Here, we'll see if we can catch it right here in the close up. You just take this bolster, you slide it, and scratch the heck out of the table. No harm done. And you have yourself an awesome USA-made automatic. These are a lot of fun, and they are restocked at Blade HQ right now, going for $265. Next up, also in restock, is the much-anticipated Tour Knives Marlin Spike. So the Marlin Spike is a classic tool of the sailor, and it's used for like working knots and things, either loosening, tightening, what have you. A Marlin Spike is an essential tool of any knot tire out there. However, these are also made with 4140 chromoly steel and have a very nice sharp point on them, and they make a very good last-ditch self-defense tool as well. I'm a bit of a knot tire myself, and I've been eyeing one of these for a while. They've been out of stock, but now they're back, so I might have to pull the trigger and get one. They come with a nice Kydex sheath, made in the USA by Tour Knives. Go for $75. Comes in a few colors. We've got black. We've got this fun tan color, if you like the more tactical desert vibes. And we have the stealth gray, if you will. These also have a really nice lanyard hole at the back, so I mean, if you're gonna tie knots with your Marlin Spike, you should probably put a cool knot on there just so that you can remind yourself how cool you are every time you try to tie something. Next up, we have a campaign running right now for coins. So this right here is a Blade HQ challenge coin, if you will. This one says, see other side. So if saying you flip the coin, you can see the other side, which just says, buy a knife, which is one of the quickest ways to fire all those dopamine receptors and get yourself a nice sharp object to fill your soul with joy. And this is a 22nd anniversary, because it's a year we're on right now, and you can get this with every Blade HQ purchase over $40. So go pick up that knife you've been eyeing. Doesn't have to be an expensive one, and get a cool coin to go with it. All right, we have some new versions of the Benchmade Meat Crafter here. So this one has black and green G10 and sort of the more riveted structure that resembles more of their kitchen line. But other than that, it is a meat crafter through and through. A CPM 154 blade with a select edge, spooky, spooky sharp, a nice flex in it, a great meat knife. So if you're, I mean, first of all, it's a great hunting knife. If you wanted to go and break down a elk in the woods, this is about the best you could ask for. However, this one is outfitted more like a kitchen knife. And if you're slicing brisket, I will tell you, nothing does it better than a meat crafter. And these ones come with a bit more culinary themed sheaths as well. So these are injection molded plastic that hold the blade centered with a nice pinch system in the middle. Very nice indeed. Keeps it nice and safe if you want to keep it in a drawer or something else. However you like to store your kitchen knives, this will make it easy. We also have a version with this one, which is called a Maple Rich Light. So Rich Light Think of it kind of like a paper micarta, a epoxy resin impregnated in a paper, but this one looks a lot like wood. So it's not gonna give you the high maintenance aspects of wood. You don't have to oil it, you don't have to worry about cracking it or anything, but it's gonna look the part, it's gonna patina, it's gonna be wonderful. Same thing, CPM 154 blade on this guy. These are not necessarily cheap kitchen knives though. These are going for $375 each, but they are very luxury to cut with. If you have not experienced a Benchmade Select Edge, especially on either the meat crafter or the station knife, you should. They are some of the nicest knives to cut with I've ever used. Next up from Berg Blades, we have the Mini Sweeney. And when I think of Berg Blades, I tend to think of the slim model, and if you want to kick out of something, go look at Blade HQ at the Berg Blades Slim. It is anything but slim. It is a honky chonker, as we call it sometimes. But this guy is definitely more of a slim, gentleman's-esque EDC knife, and I really appreciate it. So it gives you a nice 4-finger grip. It don't have to worry about the mini title, and then a MagnaCut blade. This one's the Stonewash version with the full titanium. It goes for $295, and then the price goes up from there depending on outfitting options. So, for example, we have this one. I think this one goes for about $320. This one has this green and black carbon fiber inlay, black titanium, black on the blade steel as well. DLC coating, nice and shiny. These are really nice. A very sleek but usable EDC knife. And I think Berg Blades is very good at making those. These are the Mini Sweeney starting $295 plus. Next up, we have a Blade HQ exclusive of the the Artisan Cutlery Revel. Now, you may have seen the Revel before. In fact, I brought my Revel along just to show it off. This is the full titanium and S90V Revel. This is my favorite gentleman style knife. This one came straight out of my collection. I love this one. However, we have this new version that is a bit more everyday carry focused, a little bit less high-end luxury, but a little bit more beat it to death and not feel bad about it. These are going for $44.95, gets you an AR RPM 9 blade. That is a spray form blade steel. It gives you performance akin to that of, I would say, Nitro V, 9CR18 MOV, somewhere in there. But because of that spray form, you're gonna get a little bit of extra grain refinement, so for more toughness. And if you're a whiz at sharpening, you can get a sharper edge off of it as well. Very nice. And then we have a chocolate FRN handle, sort of a brown, and a nice drop shut button lock action. Ray Laconico design. It's really comfortable in the hand and very nice to use as well. Thank you so much for collaborating with us on this one, Artisan Cutlery. We love it. Those are going for $44.95. Next up, it has finally arrived, the full spider edge of the Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight Salt. So the Salt series, those you're unaware, are designed for use in and around water. So we have a CPM MagnaCut blade on this guy with serrations and a bright yellow FRN handle. It's a lot of fun. I like it a lot, and I especially appreciate that we have full serrations on a steel like MagnaCut, because MagnaCut offers so much toughness. These little tips will last you darn near forever. So if you just hate sharpening, you want something that no matter what, for the rest of forever, you pull this out of your pocket, it will cut. You might not be able to do much better than this. Those Spyderco serrations are so good. In fact, I was talking to Eric Glesser, who runs Spyderco right now, and he says that there are serrated knives that have been used for decades that are still, like they come in, they're like, yeah, these don't need sharpening. They're just still good. Sure, they are a little scratched up and beat up, but because those tips of those serrations hold so well, you get edge retention off the charts. In addition to the Salt series, we have the Native Chief. So this one is the largest of the Native series, and this is the lightweight version with the FRN. And a thing you should know about the Spyderco Salt series is if they're the USA-made ones, yellow means MagnaCut, but green means LC200N. And LC200N is a very fancy steel that has some of the best corrosion resistance that you can get on any steel, but still with really good edge retention as well. And I just love the green on this. The Native Chief's a very big knife. It's something that wants to go to work, and this is just a really well executed thing, and I love the green. These ones are going for $168.75. And then if you want the Para 3, those are going for $148.50. And then last knife on the table, new from Carbon Knives, we have the Mini Buckhorn. So last year at Blade Show, the Buckhorn made its original appearance. Carbon Knives is Ken Onion's brand. And this one won awards from the get-go because, honestly, why wouldn't it? It's got a full titanium build with a nice bulge in the handle, so it really fills out the hand. Very comfortable. And everybody fell in love with it. It sold like hotcakes. And now we have the mini Buckhorn, and we're very excited to have it because the original Buckhorn was pretty big. And this one, it still gives you a nice 4-finger grip with a little bit of exposed pommel here if you want to run a lanyard or anything. An M390 blade, a very smooth bearing action. It's super nice. And I'm just really grateful that we have it. And it's a pretty good price too. $215 gets you the Carbon Mini Buckhorn. So that is all of our knives today. So if you like any of these knives, you can find them at bladehq.com, as well as tons and tons of others. Once again, thank you to Tenable for sponsoring this episode. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.